Welcome back to Love What You Drive. So I took off my stock intake, which is right here. I want to show some differences of the police Interceptor. I believe this is a 2007 or 2008, which is this one, and this is from my 06 Mercury Grand Marquis. Now right off the bat, it might not look like a big difference, but there's quite a few of differences that I wanted to point out. I'm gonna just go ahead and take off the box and the clamps. That way it'll be just easier to maneuver.
And I'll take off the
Okay, so first I'm just gonna talk about the zip tube itself. You can definitely see a big difference when they're side by side and when they're just off the car. So I think most of the cars, just any car brand that produces these, a lot of them have these extra, I think they're called noise deadeners or deadeners or sound mufflers, or I think there's a special term or a specific term for them. All they do is when the air comes in before it hits the throttle body, any of that noise, it muffles it. So being a Mercury, and I know Lincoln Town Car has even same thing, but it just quiets down the noise. You don't want to hear the rumble of the full throttle acceleration or whatnot, so they have these. I am not a big fan of that. I like how the engine sounds, whether you have an exhaust or not. I like the rumble, or I like the just how when the open throttle you step on it, engines just sound really good when you have an intake or something that doesn't cancel out the noise. But other than it just being these deleted deadeners, they're pretty much identical. They both have the vacuum tube. They're identical in diameter, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I didn't measure. I'm not gonna go and measure, but I even think that the police Interceptor, you guys tell me if it looks bigger in diameter than the Mercury one. I may be wrong. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, but from what I see, it might be. But all I know is that when it does go on the throttle body, it's identical. There's not much different. There are writings here, like a part number or whatnot, made in Canada. But this is the zip tube. This is what everyone has been talking to. They said just get one of these. The rest is history. So enough about this. Now let's talk about the box itself. I think this is where the biggest difference lies, is in these boxes. I believe Ford Boss Me, if I'm saying it the right way, he's got a pretty good YouTube channel on everything Ford, and he has his own Panthers. He does a really good test of airflow and measuring the airflow when it comes to the boxes from his Lincoln Town Car or his Mercury Grand Marquis, one or the other, and comparing it to a P71 or a police Interceptor. Here's what I want to look at. So this is the police Interceptor. You can already see the big difference. Check that out. Okay, look at the snorkel size. It's probably the biggest thing that I notice, where it goes behind the headlight. Look at this. Tell me that this one on the left doesn't get more air than this one on the right. So if we are to pop off the snorkel, this is a rubber piece, and off the Mercury, we would to pop off, also just pops off. I'm gonna put this aside, and look at the diameter difference. Look at that. That's crazy. So this is my Mercury and this is the Police Interceptor one. And I mean, you can see, tell me which one would gulp up more air if given the chance. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited. So then moving to the boxes themselves, again, look at the difference in the opening. And the box itself, if you can see, the one on the right, which is the Police Interceptor, is somewhat a little bit bigger. It's deeper. This is a little more pronounced, or more, it rises up higher. And down here where it goes in, it's a little bit deeper. So overall, this is a bigger design, but it does, we'll see that it does fit directly into the place that has for the stock box. So as I told you before, the little, where is it? Here it is. I don't know what this little star pattern is or whatever that is, but I'm gonna take off the mass airflow sensor and just 2 screws. Okay, and you want to be careful with it because these are very sensitive pieces. If your car is running bad, or if it sounds like it's misfiring, or check engine light, or you get some kind of a code like a P017, something like that, check your mass airflow sensor. And the elements in there might be dirty. So what you can do is get some mass airflow sensor cleaner, just spray it down, and you'll see the difference that your car will make, the way it runs, idles, and maybe you'll clear the check engine. So I'm gonna put this aside, and we'll get into the box itself. So this is the stock Mercury one. I'm just gonna unlatch it like so. We're just gonna take a look inside. I have been running this Spectre air filter in my Mercury box. I like them. They're a good price for just a more high flow filter than a standard paper one. So I've been running that. And this one came, as you can see by the sticker, it did come with a K&N drop-in filter, which I will be using after I clean it up. You can see it's kind of dirty. I gotta wash it and then oil it, and I'll use that one. So now looking into these boxes, this one on the left being the Police Interceptor, this is the Mercury one. You can see that pretty much identical for the most part. The opening where the air comes in is slightly bigger. This one, the police one, is deeper, but overall the design is the same. The length, the width is all the same of the box. Now we'll look at the bottom end. Police one, my Mercury stock one right here on the right. So again, this is the top, the lid. You can see the difference of the opening. This one's more like a squarish look, as in the other one's round and smaller. So we're gonna go ahead and pop it in, and see what it sounds like and what it does.